Oh, Christmas Eve, oh, Christmas Eve. Na, 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 na. Bet you guys like that Christmas jingle. But since school is finally over and I have no projects to worry about, well, sort of, I can actually work on costumes now. And one in particular involves a lot of upholstery foam. So staff. Apparently Steph decided to go balls to the walls when it came to her Levi costume, and she shaved her eyebrows, which I have never heard of a cosplayer doing that before. But her cosplay looks so awesome, and the gathering looked like so much fun. Lilco, I'm really happy your presentation went well. I think it's really cool that you actually went and dressed up as Ramona. But I'm surprised that you've never cosplayed outside of a convention or a gathering until now. I've pretty much been doing that since like my junior high school years. It's pretty fun if you kind of just want to say, you know what, I'm going to embarrass myself. And that's how I got known as Ash for all my years of high school. I think it was Mario that mentioned the Spider-Man 2 trailer. I'll be honest, it really concerns me right now. At least from what I recall from the trailer, there's going to be a lot more villains in this movie. And that kind of concerns me because I don't know if we'll make it too long and like confusing and just really more complicated than it has to be. I know this was talked about a while back, but in response to Nikki for the Hobbit movie, I actually did go to see it. As much as I enjoyed it, I think this will probably be my least favorite. It kind of felt like there was stuff going on there, important stuff, but not as important or climactic as the last one will probably be. Basically, it's going to be like Deathly Hallows Part 1. So Fate of the Geeks last week talked about Frozen, but my general Disney bias will make me disagree with all of them. I'm sorry, I just really love this movie. Now granted, I think that also comes from the fact that I was just dreading this movie when I first heard about it. This movie really did surprise me a lot. By the time I actually went to have seen the movie, everybody just kind of ruled out their final verdict on the movie and how it was going to be awful, this and that, and it actually surprised me. I'm also bringing this up because I actually did go to a book signing and panel for Frozen with a lot of the story artists and visual development team. This is also the art book that they came out with, and it's really nice, and I got a couple of signatures from everybody, and they did doodles and everything. Regardless of people's thoughts on the movie, I must say I highly recommend going to a panel when it comes to Disney. They give one of the most informative panels. And earlier this year, I actually did go to the animation studio, and I got to see the designs and everything that they had all over the studio, and it was beautiful. So overall, I'm really happy with this movie, especially seeing what they were working on up until now, like after it's come out. So I really did enjoy it. While we're on the topic of Disney, I will actually putting a link below to a Tumblr post. They're basically some concept work of an animated Wicked that is not going to be made. Unfortunately, sorry to say, this was actually used for his portfolio so that he could get into the story department for Disney, but they're really cool, and I just loved Wicked, and I really wish there was a featured film for Wicked. Not necessarily Disney, not necessarily animated, but I would just love for there to be a featured film of Wicked. So I'll put a link below to that, and it's really cool. You got Elphaba, you got Fiyero, you got Glinda, you got all that good jazz, so I'm going to put a link below to that. And I will eventually tell you guys what this is for. I'm really trying to see if I can go to Anime LA in January, but if not, there is going to be a lunar festival during the end of January, and this will deal with the costume that I am working on, so you guys will be seeing that in the future. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful holidays. Thank you for joining us for another holiday week at Geeks of the Week, and I will see you guys next Tuesday, and I promise I will.